I can't picture you with long hair anymore, man.
Just because
So
we're
weird.
older.
Is long hair a young man's game? Is that what it comes down to?
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at Doughy's forehead. It's like it's grown inches since we were in school. Like,
You know what I mean?
that happens to everybody. All right. You rock the long hair with the long forehead. It looks horrible. I'm sorry. It looks horrible. Your hairline went back 3 inches. Just chop it off. It looks terrible. You got
hear
dreads starting back here. It's like, just stop. Just stop.
Welcome to the One Up Podcast, a place where we talk sports, movie, video games, and everything else under the sun. I am your host, El Caballo. Here with me are my co-hosts, DJ Doughy Fresh, Texas One Without a Gun, Mateo, and last but not least, the bald one, the great one, Pucho. And if you're new to our channel, please show some love by hitting the share, like, and subscribe button. And if you are a returning One Up gang member, thank you for continuously one-upping yourself. In this episode, we're talking... Is Twitter dying? How important is credibility? And if you had to pick one movie to only watch one time, which one would it be? Let's go. You guys are killing me with the laughter, bro. The laughter was just killing me.
What movie? If you could only pick one movie to watch one time, it's what movies would you only watch one time? What movies have you only watched a single time? You haven't rewatched them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Doughy's going sweaty this episode.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Too much mute gang shit going on, though.
Yeah, it's too much mute gang.
It's a lot to
I
deal
don't
with,
like
dude.
it.
I always like the little peek that we all do when we're checking our mics. We all kind of lean over a little bit.
I thank God I don't have that problem.
I stared at it. All right. I even told Doughy to use the app so he could click. And I was looking at fat fingers in a second. I'm like, I just explained to use the app. It's on your computer.
Pucho, what do you think if I change my name to One Up Mateo so I can be on the top over here?
Be the top guy. I would feel betrayed. Like
It would be you and Tony down in the bottom. You guys would crumble immediately. We would get into a fight. It would be bad.
Not really. If everybody just put One Up in front of their name, we're all be in the same spot. Nothing would change.
That's fair.
That's if we did that, yeah. What are you, a communist? Everybody gets the same thing? That's how this works.
The clan tag is 2006.
What if we all changed our name to El Caballo?
I would not like that. I would not appreciate
We could just all be El Caballo.
I like your Luigi green hat.
Ah, thank you. It's a Celtics hat. Celtics color, Celtics brand. Real teams. But
Real
talking
teams?
about
Nobody said anything about the validity of a team.
That's the Celtic energy. It's all the Boston energy.
ain't
right
nothing
there.
worse than the Knicks energy. Y'all made a whole clip talking about thinking all the hate for every other team in the Heat. Because SMD, DJ Khaled, you suck. All this hate. Thinking the New York fans are the most loving fans out there.
No, the New York Knicks fans just know how to have fun. You're sitting here disgruntled, talking about I got a real team. Ain't nobody gonna sit here. I'm not gonna sit here and be like defending whether the Knicks is a real team or not. I'm gonna just enjoy my time with my team, with the sports, all of that.
SMD is just how New Yorkers greet each other, Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Good morning, good sir. Suck my dick. Suck my dick as well, sir. You have a great day.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, gentlemen.
That's ridiculous.
You bump against somebody getting on the train. Up, suck my dick.
My bad.
Instant fighting words in New York City. That's how you get it there. So, Mateo, you bought a new hat, I see.
Yeah, it's y'all remember my hat that had a jackalope on it?
Yes.
So I found the store, the online store where you could buy this hat. Even better though, I emailed the person that runs the store, and they have other stock of my previous hat. So I'm going to buy some of those hats so I can have some in
Let's go.
the stockpile.
Different colors, or I mean, obviously different colors. No,
No,
just
just
one
the same hat. Just the same hat. My old one, I don't know if y'all noticed, but as we were recording the episodes, because I would take that hat out and about, it was getting less and less black and turning a little bit more brown.
Brown, yeah. It happens to black hats.
So
It's also
I figure out,
sweat.
it is a lot of sweat. That hat is
Yes.
nasty. So I figured I would just buy like some extra ones just so I can, have spare hats.
You ever see where black material, right, like cloth on hats, cotton or whatever, it gets attacked by the sun so much it starts to turn like a reddish color.
Red.
It's I hate it. It's the word. You just burn it. At that point, just burn it. I left
know
the
exactly
hat
what
in
you're
the
talking
back
about.
of my car, like sitting, like I don't know, the back windshield or whatever. It was just sitting there for like a whole year. And one time I go to like, oh, let me just put the hat on. Not only did it no longer fit my head, it was shrunken. It was like red, and it was a black hat. I was like, I just gotta trash this. This is terrible.
Was it the one with the P on it? Or was it just
No,
Yeah.
I have
pretty
the hat
good.
in my closet.
that's an infamous hat? Dope. Surprisingly, you're not wearing a hat today. You gelled it up today, huh?
No, it's gelled it up. No, this is just my regular hair.
This is natural wear, Tony.
It's just natural wear and tear.
I see no evidence of gel on
It looks
Doughy's
wet
head.
on the top of his head right now.
Gelled
Maybe
up.
it's just my camera angle, but it looks wet.
My barber fucking loves to put gel on my hair, and I have to tell him no. Stop it, yo, because he's known me for 15 years, and he's still trying to put
Why are
gel
you
in my hair.
anti-gel?
He loves the gel.
Why are you anti?
It presses my hair down so much. It just like it presses everything down. He's got like this industrial Dominican gel. It's like I don't know how to describe it.
Because your haircut will never look flyer than when the barber gels your hair. Your gel will never. I remember I used to have curly hair for years. You strive for the barbershop gelled hair. Every day you try to go out into the world. So I don't know how you're denying like just being supreme dough for just a little while.
I need to show you what happens.
So maybe your barber's doing some bullshit. He's putting too much gel.
Too much.
There's a balance of water and gel. He's getting
Yeah.
the mega hold, and he's putting obscene amounts in your head. Yeah, that's right, bad.
Nothing's worse than that long hair wet dough. Remember that when he had long hair, how wet his hair used to be?
Yeah, drip dough.
That's,
He used to come out the shower looking like Razor Ramon. Remember Razor Ramon back in the day? He was just dripping with that hair. That's what dough used to look like, bro. He's just missing the toothpick.
He's dripping.
What was that?
I did be dripping on these
He was
hoes.
dripping on them hoes for sure.
Yeah.
for sure.
weird time for Doe's life there. I can't picture you with long hair anymore, man.
It's because
So
we're
weird.
older.
Nah, you could rock long hair better than maybe
No,
most of us here. You don't think
Not
so?
now.
Is-
Hell
is-
no.
Is
It's
long
over
hair
for
a
me.
young man's game? Is that what it comes down to?
Hell yes. Look
Yeah.
at Doughy's forehead. It's like it's grown inches since we were in school. Like,
Yeah, man.
that happens to everybody. All right. You rock the long hair with the long forehead. It looks horrible. I'm sorry. It looks horrible. You know how many dreadheads I grew up with, and they're still rocking their dreads. I know I got a couple friends. Yeah, their dreads are fly. But for the most part, your hairline went back 3 inches. Just chop it off. It looks terrible.
You
got
hear that?
dreads starting back here. It's like, just stop. Just stop. I love that you're hanging on. You're committed, but nah.
You hear that? Bucho's buddies with dreads? Some of you have bad dreads, and it's up to you to decide.
Who?
Yeah.
Shave it. Shave it.
Yeah, nothing's worse than someone holding on to some hair that they're losing. That's the worst. Like Stephen A. Smith, for example. What is he holding on to? Time to let it go.
Yeah, I know people with the Stephen A. Smith. Their fro starts back here. I'm like, you look like a head of broccoli, bro. Like, just get rid of it. Just go away. Just be done.
Bruce Willis put off shaving his head for a long time, dude. Some of those like movies in the 90s, that hairline is like almost on the back of his head, but he's still going for it.
But it's hard to tell because he has like a light colored hair, so it kind of
He has like the white
blended
people
in.
bald. They got hair on the sides. That's acceptable. Like Larry David says he's a bald man, even though he has like the Jew fro on the sides of his head, but he's only bald right here. He claims to be a bald man. I think white people get away with that. Like, that's just an acceptable form of baldness.
Yeah,
I
you're
couldn't
right.
get away with that.
You
The
should try
man from
doing that.
Family Matters, didn't the dad, he had hair like that?
Yeah, he
Right,
had,
he had
like-
the baldy with the curly fro.
Yeah.
Looking. All right, man, it's been a long time, but maybe
What do
it was
y'all think-
acceptable for him. But
What do y'all think that Homer Simpson's hair looks like in real life?
just like that.
Because it's animated as like little squiggles and like 3 hairs up top, right?
Yeah, I think
It's bad.
it's pretty bad.
I was talking about The Simpsons with some friends today, and I was like, at first I was like, really, what? What happened was, right, I installed Slack on my computer, right, at work, and then I gave somebody a thumbs up, and I had a brown thumbs up, and I was like, whoa. Usually the thumbs up don't have skin tones; they're yellow by default, but Slack put me brown by default, and I was like, how did it figure that out?
How did it figure
And then
that
I
out?
looked at one of my white coworkers, and he had the yellow thumbs up, and I was like, "Is this like The Simpsons, where like yellow is just like everybody's yellow?" And then I was like, "Wait a minute." I'm like, "Is it Apu brown in The Simpsons?" And then I started thinking about it. Only the white people in The Simpsons are yellow, and I'm like, "Why is that?" Like, there's
Yeah,
a lot
you're
of colors
right.
in The Simpsons, but I don't know if there's many white characters.
This is the Doug problem I have, dude. They said that they purposely chose weird colors for everyone to make race not be an issue. But yet Doug himself is just white. He's just white in the show.
They gotta make sure the main guy is white. That's
He's white. And in one of those first episodes, he went to a white ass barbershop, so you know he's white. Like, he was afraid of
He
the
went to a
scissor.
supercut.
It's like, yo, my barber ain't never whipped the scissor out like till I had long ass hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to a black barber, you getting clippers all day, fades, all that shit. It's like, nah, he had the fucking red and white swirly thing on the front. I'm like, that's a white person's barbershop. Just saying.
to go back around to the bald thing. To all the fans out there, if we can get 600 subscribers before the end of July, Pucho will rock the white man bald. He will not shave the sides. He'll keep it growing. The top will be the only thing he'll rock for a whole month. He will do that.
Dude, I got a full head of hair. Well, I gotta shave it in?
I
Is
think
that
you
what you're
said you have
telling
to
me?
shave yourself into that.
Yep.
Crazy? No,
For the
I got
fans.
morals, okay? I have a slight pushback right here, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm shaving. I'm not even rocking a bad look. I'm so straight.
Think I'm
Now I know
forcing-
plenty of people that got the light right there. They'll keep their hair. You know, I ain't.
They'll put the little tint.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
I
Beijing.
don't do that.
I ain't
My
doing that.
my hairline is definitely slipping. I'm not a 4 head anymore, but I'm not quite a 5 head. I'm like a 4.5, 4 3/4 head, something like that.
It depends how
My-
you do your hair. It's like, you can make it look bad. If you do the
coworker-
comb back.
My coworker said that he went to a barbershop that tried to give him the Beijing. He's normally a bald man because he's young and his shit is going. But they convinced him to do the Beijing. He said like 2 or 3 different barbers had to try over and over again to get it right.
No.
He said that he walked into his church that knew he was with the Beijing, and that everybody looked at him like. It was funny. He said he took it off immediately after that. He said he didn't like it.
How do you get that stuff off? Is it just lots of scrubbing and
I guess it's supposed
Probably
to stay for
alcohol.
several days and shit like that.
He had to be scrubbing hard.
And yo, barbers, especially the Dominican barbers, bro, they try to hit you with that shit, even when it's unneeded. They just want them lines to be sharp and black. I'm like, as soon as I see them whipping out the airbrush or the paint, I'm like, get the hell away from me. Get away from me, dude. Why
They'll
you
try to
doing that?
convince you, no, brother, no te preocupes. It's like, no.
Pucho's brother had me go to his barber. He did the whole thing. He laced my cut and everything. And then he had this paper. It was like something like this. He went just like this in my head. I'm like, oye, ¿qué tú estás haciendo? En la pintura? Heck no. I told that man I don't need no paint. He was, nah, pero tú tenés línea aquí. Da, 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 da. I'm like, bro, I don't want to be no paint, nothing, none of that. You're going to make people look at me like I'm stupid. Like, bro, if I'm receding, I'm receding,
when you be
bro.
getting your eyebrows shaped up, it looks like you get your eyebrows painted.
Nah, them shits
be looking
natural, bro.
They look natural. Now. I'm saying when they get shaped up, they be looking ultra black.
That's why he wanted me to hit with the tintins. Boys
Yo,
going
Doughy,
bald.
I need to hit you. I found a pair. Remember we were talking about? And I was like, yeah, I need to find like a pair of shorts.
Yeah.
I found a pair of shorts on Amazon. They're nice.
Ooh.
They're like cargo shorts, but they fit like basketball shorts. Like it's like the athletic shit. You know, it's got the little string. They look like
Fire.
if I tuck the string in, I could rock these shorts in any, you know, shorts. What's applicable for shorts occasion, and they look good. They don't look like athletic wear, but they're athletic wear. They're mad comfortable.
Gotta send that link over,
fit,
bro.
all that matte colors. I got the olive green shorts. They look fly.
I got a new nickname, Econo Dough. All right, because I'm economy class. I'm trying to do things cheap. All right, the cheap me is coming.
These are
out.
like $25 too.
That's what I need.
Don't you fly the bougiest out of all of us here? Don't you have like
Yes.
3 checked bags you do and the max leg room and all that?
Yeah, no checked bags. Sometimes the checked bag.
He'll go
depending
to
on
the
how long I'm
extra leg
staying.
room.
getting
You
extra
should be
leg
called
room.
upcharged though, because anytime they attempt to upcharge you, you just accept it.
Oh yeah, sure.
He'd be like, he'll buy the extra leg room, and then it'd be like extra leg room plus for $21. Like, who wouldn't want extra leg room plus? Like, it's like me. I'd be buying them Frontier. You can't even put the seat back, bro. Like I'll survive my $70 flight. I'm gonna get somewhere. I'll be happy over there. All right.
Did you get that? I was about to say.
What if you could pay half price on all your plane tickets, but you had to fly only from the bathroom? Like your seat was just like in the bathroom,
like next to it or inside of it?
inside the actual bathroom. People
always
needed to use
smell
it.
weird.
You have to like stand outside and then go back in afterwards.
You know what's
Hell no.
icky when you see the people take their shoes off and go to the bathroom and they're like bare feet in the bathroom? I'm like,
I
for
have
real?
not seen
I've never seen
I
this.
said,
What type
for
of-
real?
I've never
It's like,
seen that.
yeah, I've seen it.
But I habitually take my shoes off on airplanes.
People do it.
I
wait
fucked
till-
up one time. Or no, I didn't. But I was so mad. Somebody on the previous flight spilled a drink like under my seat. So my feet were like the whole flight. And I couldn't take my shoes off. And I was so mad. I was like, this is the worst flight ever. I gotta keep my fucking shoes on. What the fuck?
I wait until I land and then I take my shoes off and I step down on the ground and I bunch my feet into little fists.
What the fuck?
What ground?
It's from Die Hard. That's what the guy on the plane is telling him to do.
I don't remember this at all. In the original Die Hard movie?
The first Die Hard, he's scared of flying or something like that. He doesn't fly well.
Oh wow.
There's
Yeah,
nothing
I
worse than
don't remember this plot line.
the person next to you sleeping and snoring and then laying their head on your shoulder. There's like, what do you at this point? Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna have to bump this man, yo. What is you doing?
Yes,
Oh,
wake
that's
up.
me. That's me all day, dude. I love sleeping on planes.
Same.
I've flown hundreds of times and I've never dealt with a stranger sleeping with their head on my shoulder. Not once.
I've seen it.
I've slept through turbulence. My
You've seen
body-
this happen to me?
No, I've seen people do that. I've not seen it happen to you. The only person that's probably gotten close to doing that is me. When we used to be like sausages going to freaking New York City that one weekend.
Tony seems like he would be terrible to sit next to on a plane, though. You are just a big guy, and I can't imagine there's a way for you to squeeze your body into the space of the seat. So you're probably flowing over the seat with your shoulders and your arms.
Yes.
So like they've got no choice but to lay on you. You're a big pillow at that point. You're taking their
sat-
space. They're taking part of your arm.
I
right?
sat next to Pucho, and he also be overlapping on the seat. We're perfectly fine. We're two overlapping
Absolutely
dicks.
not. That was one of the most uncomfortable flights in my entire life. Yo, the
We had all leg
strategy,
room.
even with my wife, now that I have a kid, and I got 2 kids, I don't even know how we're going to fly next time. But the strategy has always been, I'm gonna cop the aisle seat. You cop the window seat. Hopefully somebody don't want to sit bitch in the middle. Like that's the hope. And then we got a whole shit. We could open it up, put whatever, right? When that don't work out, we sit next to each other and it's fine. On that flight, they moved. Me and Tony had the seats just like that. They moved us to another spot. They, oh, you guys have been flagged to sit next to the emergency seats or something.
Ooh.
Like,
Yeah.
I will never
you
accept
see?
this again. I would say absolutely not. I panic under terror. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to open the door. Everyone will die if I sit next to him. I will convince him to put me back in my original seat, dude. Because, bro, the seat, the emergency aisle seats were only a 2-seater. So then they scrunched me in, and they were like smaller size than normal. And you ever see those seats? I'm like, who would buy those seats in first class where there's like, you know, I'm a big dude, so I need the under the armrest. You know, you got a little thigh space. You know what I'm saying? Those seats that are just a full wall. It's like you're encased inside the seat.
I've
I'm
never
like, that's
seen
just
that.
that's what me and Tony were like in one of those things, and then we're like burling over the armrest, and we were just like squeezed like tight, and then we had a flight attendant sitting right in front of us, just staring at us the whole flight. I'm like, this is like
That
this
is uncomfortable.
dicks.
No fucking way. You see, this is why I don't fly those rinky-dinky ass fucking airplanes.
No, this was like JetBlue or some shit.
Yeah, it was some
No,
shit.
it was not no JetBlue. JetBlue I've been
100%.
riding my whole life, okay?
But you don't ride in the back with the regular people. You ride up front, remember?
If you got bumped to exit seats, they're super nice. Their exit row
It might have
is
been
like
Spirit, Pooch.
super nice.
I've never flown Spirit before.
I've flown Spirit. It was awful.
I'm pretty sure it was JetBlue.
But I would do it again because it was cheap.
How
It couldn't have been.
JetBlue, what are you even talking about? They have a bunch of different airplanes. What do you?
Yeah.
You can't just say the exit row is good on the JetBlue flights.
They got
I
different
don't
They got
know.
models.
I've only
737s,
been-
767s. They got A320s, A330s.
I've never been on no. They got like 3 different models.
And you've been on all
One is
3?
one is the new one, and then you got like 2 variations. I've been riding with them like for 10, 15 years, 20 years at this point. Yeah, there was like different variations, and you'd have like the new one, but it's not like Delta in America where you'd get onto a plane that's like only 2 rows of seats. Like, yo, them shits are tight. Them shits get blown around in the wind. You're looking at the airstrip. You're like, are we gonna crash? Like, that shit is scary, bro. Have
I
y'all
think
been on them small planes?
Yeah, Spirit's like that.
That
I
shit.
think-
two rows of seats. You mean like 6? Like each row has only 6 seats, like 3 on this side, 3 on that side.
No, just
I was
2
on one that had
rows of
2 on.
seats.
Oh,
yeah,
nah,
2 and 2.
I haven't done those.
I was in a tiny one like that, and it came into the airport hot too. At one point,
Yo.
we were booking, and I looked out. I was on the left side. I looked out the window, and it was the ground. This plane was damn near sideways pulling into this airport.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
funny.
it was that crazy for me. The first time I think going to Austin, Texas, or coming back from Austin, Texas, he had me on a connecting flight. I was like, yo, never again. This shit was loud. You hear these engines are next to you, OD loud. I was like, nah, I'm
That's why I
good
don't
off of
do
this.
connecting flights.
Yeah, I hate when the plane's preparing to move and that should be like duck, 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 duck. All these weird sounds. I'm like, what is that? Is this normal? I don't like flying.
No,
It
you
makes me
want to
very
hear those
uncomfortable.
sounds. Those are good sounds. That means everything's working.
Yeah.
My people made these sounds.
Usually, when it comes to machines, if it's running silent, that means it's working the best.
Sure, not when it
Like,
comes to the
so when you
planes.
hear knocking sounds, it's like something is dysfunctional here.
That needs some grease. That needs some
I'm like,
grease.
what? That don't sound good. That don't sound good.